Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, thousands taking to the streets for protests nationwide. Protesters in over 150 cities pressuring President Donald Trump to release his tax returns. April 15th is usually the tax deadline, but this year the cutoff to file tax returns is Tuesday, the 18th. Trump is the first major party nominee in decades to not release those tax returns, first saying that it was because he was under audit and then later saying that voters don't care. But protest organizers say they do care and deserve to know about the president's business ties and potential conflicts of interest.
We are taking the gloves off to say, knock off the secrecy, Mr. President, and publicly release your own tax returns.
Police say at least 4 people have been arrested today after violence broke out between supporters and detractors of President Trump holding opposing rallies in downtown Berkeley, California. Here on the Suncoast, thousands more marched along the Ringling Bridge to join that effort. This comes just 1 month after President Donald Trump released his tax returns from 2005. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from the Bayfront with more on why this is a big deal for many locals. Erica?
Adam, Donald Trump is the first president in more than 40 years to not release multiple tax returns, and local protesters think that there's a reason that he's holding back private information.
I think he's definitely got something to hide. If he had nothing to hide, he wouldn't be trying to hide them.
In front of the unconditional surrender statue, more than 2,000 voters are pressuring President Donald Trump to surrender his tax returns.
We believe it could possibly explain a lot of his business ties and possibly show us some things we need to know.
The organization Action Together Suncoast bringing together Democrats, Republicans, and independents just ahead of tax day. President Trump released his tax returns from 2005, but demonstrators want him to follow his predecessors and release multiple returns publicly.
Some people are digging. You know, they found the 2005, they saw the 2005 tax returns and they said, we didn't find anything, now we need to see more.
There are several bills in the legislature requiring presidential candidates to release their 3 most recent tax returns. But for now, local Republican leaders say that's unnecessary.
There is no law requiring the president to release his tax returns. Just like a few years ago, there was no law requiring President Obama to release his birth certificate. Just like there's no law requiring Hillary to release her personal emails.
Yes, truth matters! Yes, truth matters!
Instead of following the same path as January's Women's March, Action Together Suncoast partnered with Sarasota Police to create a new route. Demonstrators crossed underneath the Ringling Bridge in order to allow traffic to flow smoothly and keep marchers safe. Kathy Thies believes their message could have reached more people.
Going under the bridge gave us a lot less time to show our protest to because there's nobody down there. So it would have been much better to go just completely over it.
Action Together Suncoast says voters can continue to make their voices heard by going to local legislators, giving them a call, and letting them know that they want them to support those bills going through the legislature that would require vice presidential and presidential candidates to release multiple tax returns. Reporting live from the Ringling Bridge, I'm Erica Jackson. Adam, back to you in the studio.
All right, Erica, thank you very much. A Venice couple is behind bars after their toddler was seen wandering near a busy road by himself. Police were called to an area along the 41 bypass in Venice Friday night where they found a 3-year-old boy walking alone in only a diaper. Officers found a room at a nearby motel with the door open and 3 more children ages 1 to 14 asleep inside. With no adults present. When the parents Ryan Wayman and Trieste Wayman finally did arrive, they told police they were working, but an investigation later revealed that they were at a local bar. They have each been charged with 4 counts of child neglect, and the Department of Children and Families has taken custody of those children. An Englewood man has been sentenced to 21 years and 10 months in federal prison for possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Ernest Chambliss was found guilty in December. According to testimony at trial, Chambliss is a drug dealer from Englewood. He sold a firearm and prescription opiates to a confidential informant in April 2015. At the time, Chambliss had numerous prior felony convictions, including 5 drug trafficking offenses and 2 charges of battery on a law enforcement officer. The Sarasota Sheriff's Office did assist in that investigation. An update now on another investigation into an arson in Palmetto. A $5,000 reward is being offered by the state of Florida arson tip line for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible for setting fire to this auto dealership, the Auto Dealer Solutions on 8th Avenue Friday morning. The fire destroyed a building which was formerly a historic church. The dealership was using it as a storage facility. Investigators say the fire may have been set intentionally to cover up a break-in. Police say DNA was found at the scene. And if you have any information on this case and want to be eligible for that reward, you're asked to contact the State of Florida Arson Tip Line at the number listed on your screen. Florida officials say the number of arson wildfires has increased by nearly 70% compared to last year. Agricultural Commissioner Adam Putnam announced Friday that there have been more than 240 separate arson wildfires already this year. Anyone convicted of arson, which is a felony, faces fines up to $5,000 and up to 5 years in prison. And certainly a dangerous time to be playing with fire since we have such dry conditions out there. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a check on that weather. Wendy?
And many places around the state are really and truly in severe drought conditions. And of course, along the west coast of Florida, we are experiencing those drought conditions. Just take a look at the rainfall amounts, the deficit that we're in. So far for the year, we are at minus 7 inches of rainfall. And we should, by this time, by this date, we should be experiencing about 10 inches, just over that, of rainfall. So we're a far cry from it. We certainly didn't see any rain today, and we continue to see just partly cloudy to some cloudiness around the area. The only rain that we're getting is well down to the south, and it's very spotty, maybe a stray shower coming on in, and that's about it. We'll let you know what tomorrow's forecast is going to bring and on into the work week forecast. That's all coming up in just a minute. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. New developments out of North Korea. Kim Jong-un showing off his newest military weapons, weapons that could put Americans in danger. ABC's David Wright reports.
A powerful display of military might. North Korea putting its newest weapons on parade. Leader Kim Jong-un applauding. On display today, these, which may be intercontinental ballistic missiles, possibly capable of reaching the United States. And the newest weapons in North Korea's arsenal, submarine-launched missiles.
Quite concerning because a submarine can hide and you can put it off the coast of either Korea or Japan. The larger missiles are the ones that are most concerning. First time we've seen them, the number of missiles and the capability on display here is quite disturbing.
In an effort to ease tensions, Vice President Mike Pence is headed to South Korea. At the same time, the aircraft carrier USS Vincent is heading into the region, and American troops are conducting military exercises along the border. North Korea is already threatening retaliation, threatening to hit American bases within minutes of any U.S. strike. A top official with North Korea told the Associated Press it is the U.S. that is threatening us. We're told that the president is getting regular updates at his Florida resort this weekend. Mar-a-Lago now outfitted with a makeshift situation room. And North Korea isn't the only nation with new weapons. The U.S. has an ability to defend against possible strikes using high-powered microwaves and a burst of electromagnetic energy.
But they've been able to put this in a stealthy cruise missile. It would go into the ground and fry everything underneath. Nobody gets hurt, just everything stops working that uses electricity.
The world hoping that a war of words doesn't turn into action. David Wright, ABC News, Palm Beach.
According to an Afghan official, at least 94 ISIS fighters were killed when the U.S. military dropped a powerful non-nuclear bomb in Afghanistan. The U.S. military says the use of the 21,600-pound bomb was justified and was approved by the Afghan president. ISIS still maintains that none of their people were killed. No civilians were hurt in that attack. Well, during the holidays, especially ones like Easter, people tend to give cute animals like bunnies and baby chicks as pets, but that isn't always what's best for the animal, and oftentimes they end up at animal services, and now Manatee County Animal Services is warning against that and also asking that people adopt, don't shop when looking for their newest family member.
Around this time of the year and around holidays, we do hear about that a lot of animals are gifted, and we really try to discourage that. We feel like getting a pet or an animal is a lifelong dedication to that animal, and it's also a decision that should be made by all members of the family.
When you adopt from Manatee County shelters, your new pet's medical history, up-to-date vaccinations, and the spaying or neutering of the animal is all included. Still to come here on ABC 7, a break in a months-old murder case involving the brutal death of a young Google executive out for a jog. And United Airlines making a change following public outrage after a passenger was dragged off one of its flights. Stick around.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota Soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's best of winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC 7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at sarasotamagazine.com.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
we can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
Visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and switch now. For a limited time, get your first month of service free. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
A break in a months-old murder case that left runners on edge. Police in Massachusetts arresting a suspect in the murder of a young Google executive while she was out on a jog. ABC's Mark Remillard has the details.
A step towards justice in the murder of Vanessa Marcotte.
We got him.
People from the Princeton, Massachusetts community gathered to hear officials announce they arrested a suspect in Marcotte's brutal murder.
Seasons changed,
Holidays came and passed. No one ever stopped thinking about Miss Marcotte.
Marcotte disappeared during a jog last August while visiting her family in Princeton. The Google executive later found murdered and badly burned in the woods just a half-mile from her mother's home. Authorities say the 27-year-old put up a fight, the DNA under her fingernails, helping to find the suspect.
It was through her determined fight and her efforts that we obtained the DNA of her killer.
Angelo Ortiz is now being held on a $1 million cash bail. The 31-year-old man voluntarily provided a DNA sample. Officials say that sample matched the evidence from the crime scene. Witnesses had seen a dark SUV in the area on the day of the murder. A police officer in Worcester saw a similar vehicle recently.
He knew we were looking for a dark SUV and a Hispanic male. He saw it. He immediately reached for a piece of paper. Didn't have a piece of paper. He went to his hand, wrote the plate down on his hand.
Marcotte's death came just days after two other high-profile murders of joggers. Karina Vetrano, killed during her afternoon run in New York. Police arrested a suspect in that case earlier this year. And in Michigan, police are still searching for the person who shot and killed Allie Brugger last July while she was on an afternoon jog. Marcotte's parents informed about the arrest Saturday morning, asking to grieve privately. Last December, the family announced a foundation in her honor.
She was a loving, caring, and intelligent young woman who had her whole life ahead of her.
Mark Remillard, ABC News, New York.
United Airlines is making a policy change after one of its passengers was dragged off of a plane. The company says it will now require staff and crew to check in at least 60 minutes before a flight. After that passenger was taken off the flight, United said it needed the seat for a crew member. It is legal to bump a ticket-holding customer off of a flight, but typically not once they've already boarded. United says this policy will ensure a crew member is seated before the plane fills up. That passenger, Dr. David Dow, says he does plan to file a lawsuit against United. Life at the Palmetto Animal Shelter is getting a little easier for those animals, thanks to the Friends of Manatee County Animal Services. The shelter is unveiling today their Real Life Room edition, complete with couches, rugs, and other homey items. It looks nice.
Yes.
I'm going to go stay there. The room creates an atmosphere for people to better connect with those potential new family members away from the distractions of loud noises and other animals.
Everybody in the community jumped in, donated paint, supplies, furniture, and we put this room together. As you can see, the animals love it. And it's a place that they can just kind of get to know a potential adopter or get away if they're just a little anxious.
The shelter, located on 25th Street West, unveiled that new room today during their Rock Out for Rescue adoption event, complete with vendors and games. I wonder if they're charging any rent on that room.
Oh my
nice
goodness.
place to crash
Isn't
for a day.
Nice. See, there you go. Rents are high. Rents are high.
Isn't it cool? You're checking out a dog. You can sit on a couch, lounge around, get that homey feel with it.
And I think what it does though for those animals, I think it's wonderful.
Probably a lot easier. Yeah.
Oh, that is a wonderful story. Well, it was hot today. You're not going to believe it, but we saw our temperatures very close to 90 degrees. The rain is out there. You can see it. Our tower cam showing you where these showers are, but they're well out in the Gulf of Mexico, and they're really not affecting us right now. We've had a couple of stray showers that have come on through, but they just were not measurable. But today we got up to a high of 88. 88. Our record is 89 degrees. That was set back in 1974, and our average for this time of the year is 81. So we were well above average both for the daytime high and the overnight low. And along the west coast of Florida, we got a little bit of a kick of an easterly wind during the latter part of the day. That helped to make these temperatures go up a little bit. And so we saw our readings in the upper 80s. Northport at 87 degrees, Punta Gorda the same, 86 in Mayaca, Parrish reporting 85 degrees. And so it turned into a very warm afternoon for us. And as you can see, the overnight lows are going to be bouncing down into the mid-60s for the overnight time period. We're expecting to see a few clouds around, but the rain is going to stay away once again. So we're not looking at a whole lot of rain. We haven't received any so far today. For the month, we've received nothing. We're supposed to have received, for the yearly amounts, by this time of the year, we should be anywhere over 10 inches of rainfall on average. And so we're looking at a deficit situation of 7 inches of rainfall. So far, it has not been very promising. And we're not expecting to get a whole lot in the way of rainfall for tomorrow either, anywhere around the state. Maybe less than a half of an inch of rainfall located over the southern sections of Florida. Along the east coast, we may see rain, and also across the Panhandle. But you'll notice right here, our area is still looking awfully dry. If we get anything, we may get that passing shower, just as we did today. Not enough to produce any kind of rainfall. But right now, we're seeing these showers out here in the Gulf, but that's where they developed, and they're moving away from the coastline. So they're not even sitting right here. They're not coming at us. If you have outdoor plans for tonight, and this is a holiday weekend, so I know many of you do have plans, you don't have to worry about the weather for tonight or tomorrow. Things are still going to be quite nice. We've got a little bit of cloud cover, and that's about it, but the rain is going to stay away. As a matter of fact, it's going to be sunny and warm once again tomorrow with those easterly winds coming on in. It is going to stay dry, but there is the possibility we may get a stray shower that comes on in. If you're heading out to the beach tomorrow, we are looking at those winds coming in out of the east and seas 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop. The temperature at the Gulf is going to be 75 degrees, 85 for the temperatures out at the water. And this is what it's going to look like for tomorrow. The daytime high gets to be about 86 degrees, and we keep those temperatures high for the remainder of the work week. And we are also looking at maybe a 20 to 30% chance of rain only beginning on Wednesday. Adam?
Now, sports.
After a big win in Boston last night, the Rays off to a rocky start at Fenway Park today. Rays starter Jake Odorizzi, who's 1-1 with a 4.15 ERA so far this season, left the game in just the second inning after throwing just one pitch. Odorizzi grabbing his upper leg and walking off with what the team is calling hamstring tightness. He would throw a few more warm-up pitches, but was eventually removed. Erasmo Ramirez would replace him, but gave up a homer to that same batter, Mitch Moreland. Ramirez would settle down and throw 3 more scoreless innings in the game, and right now the Red Sox are leading 2-1 in the 8th. The NBA playoffs kicking off Saturday afternoon in Cleveland, Ohio, with the reigning champs. LeBron trying to make it 18 consecutive first-round playoff wins. He's facing Paul George and the Pacers. Early on, it was Kyrie Irving with the ball at the top of the key. He's able to find Tristan Thompson for the dunk and foul on that one, and one. The Cavs lead it by 2. Later on, it's Paul George, 6 for 8 on threes in this game. He hits that one over LeBron James. 29 points for George today. Second quarter, another assist for Kyrie, this time to LeBron for the athletic alley-oop. Take another look. Cavs able to survive a 11-0 run from Indiana late to win this game 109-108. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons: leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's best of winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC 7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at sarasotamagazine.com.
Man, he used to hang out with us.
Yeah, and then he just stopped. I hope he's gonna be okay.
1 in 5 of us has a mental health condition, but emotional pain can be hard to spot and harder to talk about. Learn the 5 signs of emotional suffering. If you see 1 or more signs in someone you care about, reach out, connect, and offer to help.
Megan, come sit with us. And our answers for questions.
Visit changedirection.org.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
A runaway villain is making feathers fly at a neighborhood in Albany, New York. A rooster named Roo started showing up at least a month ago, but nobody really knows where he came from. He usually pops up around 4 in the morning,
Nice.
often waking up many of the neighborhood, as you can hear right there. Then he seems to spend the rest of the day just munching on other people's birdseed and hanging out. Some people have called animal control on the rooster, but officials say they only respond to domestic animals. So for now, there is no jurisdiction for Roo. He is just freely terrorizing the people of this neighborhood. That's right. Roo does not fear your human cops.
He does not.
No.
Can you imagine? I've been up at 4 in the morning. I know what that's like. But to
every
be
day,
forced into it when you don't have to be up at 4, oh, I'm so sorry for that.
Well, I bet Roo's delicious if anyone's so inclined.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's best of winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at sarasotamagazine.com.